Hi everyone, and welcome to another Herizen Hosts. I am so happy to be here tonight with the gorgeous, stylish Sarah.
Hi. Super excited. Let's do this.
Nice to see you. You look beautiful as ever.
Oh, thank you. It's been a very busy week and weekend, so I'm
Yes.
very excited to be doing this tonight. Sunday feels.
We're so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for giving up your time. I'm actually really excited, so I'm just going to delve straight into it.
Yes, go.
I want to let our community know that you have decided to join us at Herizen as our expert image and style advisor.
Love it. Love it. I'm beyond excited. So when we were chatting the other day on the phone, I literally, within 5 minutes put the phone down, I literally text you back going, I'm so excited about this. Yeah. I'm so excited about this, like buzzing.
Oh, it really is, isn't it? It just feels powerful.
Yes.
It feels really, really powerful. And when, you know, all of those incredible women that we are going to build within our community get to hear and see what we're doing. It's so exciting, so exciting. So we're so happy to have you on board, and thank you for agreeing to join us.
Oh, you are welcome. Thank you for having me. So
pleasure. So I think it would be really great. I do have my questions, but I think it would be really great if, first of all, we found out a little bit about you, and also what inspired you to become a personal stylist. I'd like to know.
So, hello, thank you for having me. I am beyond excited about this, and I will try to limit my answers down. So I'm not like, rah, rah, rah. So I'm Sarah, a mum of 3 boys ranging from 15 to 20. So there's a lot of testosterone at home, but don't worry, I balance that out. I am a sister, a wife, a friend, but I am most importantly SGStyling, like what I do. Absolutely love what I do. So,
SGStyling. Love that.
So what I do is, I mean, taking you right back, I used to work many moon ago in education, worked with early years, absolutely loved it. Empathy, social, just that connection, worked probably for a good 10 to 15 years in that environment. So loved it, was a real passion for it. And even though a big transition, and it's interesting, like to go from one kind of education system to then like this, in a way they're very on par. There is all that social interaction. You've got to have empathy, you've got to have communication skills, you've got to love what you do. It's got to be a vocation.
Yes.
And the same with this. So I've always loved fashion. I've always loved creativeness. I mean, I was chatting to a friend yesterday and he was like, tell me a few things that I don't know. And I was like, love art, love theatre, love anything that's creative, like love.
It's always been a passion of yours.
Always. And I think anyone who knows me for more than 30 seconds, I'm a very vibrant, like buzzy person who just thrives with people. So always been very kind of creative, and then and definitely always had a buzz for fashion, and always done that whole like, oh, I'll go shopping with you, let me help. Anyway, long story short, retrained 6 years ago, and absolutely loved it. And it's been one of those things that it's just grown, which is just so. Even as I've watched it grow, I'm like, wow, this is just supposed to be. It's just been.
And where did you train? I
trained at the London College of Style.
Wow.
Which was amazing. Worked under some amazing lecturers, professionals, have some amazing opportunities. Worked on London Fashion Week, worked on some red carpet things with some clients that I have. And it always grows from, this is the biggest thing, I don't advertise. It's just word of mouth. It's always it's a bit like anything we do. Oh my gosh, you need to know this person. You need this person. So it's just always that connection. So I've had, in a nutshell, over the last 5 years of having my own company, my client base has grown, and I've worked, like I've said, on London Fashion Week. I've coupled my clients in the film industry, and I've done some red carpet events, which has been amazing. But you know what? Most of it is just us guys, us, normal, bumbling along, mum of 3, 4 bawling out the door in the morning. And that, do you know what? I love the jazz and I love the shine, but this bit is the bit I love. I've said this so many times together, the empowering. What I always do every time I meet a new client or go into any client existing for a long time, I want them to feel empowered. I want to be able to give them everything I can give them so that they just feel in the best they can feel. And that is, I always say that's like my vision statement. That's my business ethos. That is who I am.
What drives you,
Yeah. And you know what? I just have fun along the way. And I work with clothes and shop all the time. And I'm on my hands and knees sometimes pinning ridiculous things, doing ridiculous things. But yeah, mainly I connect with some amazing people.
It sounds so rewarding. It really does.
So
Sarah, can we just talk about, because when I think about a personal stylist, I just link it to the rich and famous, red carpet events, that kind of thing. But what services does a personal stylist offer?
Okay.
For women like you and I.
Us, absolutely. And I think, do you know what, that's always, whenever I do an event or a talk, I always start with that, like that element of, do you know what? It's not silly. It's not a luxury service. It's 99% of my clients are just us guys, us. I've had a baby. I've hit menopause. I lost who I am. My body shape's changed. All of the normalness, all the bits that I've gone through, menopause, which we'll come on to, having 3 babies, aging, all of that is part of what I do as a stylist. So what do I do as a stylist? What services do I offer? And so most of my clients are us normal people who are maybe wanting to restyle, just lost their way, may have lost a lot of weight, may have gained a lot of weight, gone through menopause, and it's all so it will be colour and body shapes. That is like, if you're going to have anything, you need to have that. If you know what colours work for you and you know how to set your body shape, I've given you the power of confidence at the beginning. And that's, I always make all my services accessible. The price point, I am probably one of the lowest on out there because I want as many people to access it as possible. So I will give you a list of my services, but I always say everything's bespoke. And that's why I always do a free phone consultation at the beginning. I just go, tell me what it is you're looking for and how we can create this at the easiest way for you. So colour and body shape, essential. Knowing what colours suit you is, I always say this all the time to my friends, is free Botox, basically. Have the right colour by your face. Boom. It literally, people have said to me before, oh my gosh, you look amazing. I'm like, I haven't even washed my hair for 3 days. And it will be just to colour a scarf on my neck or a pop of jewellery or a pop of red lip, anything.
That is fascinating.
So it is, and as well as with knowing what colours, what textures, materials to put on different parts of the body to manipulate that kind of areas that we want a little bit more zhuzhin and a little bit more kind of just silhouette gliding in. And then I do wardrobe edits, which is another great way to start. It's a way of decluttering, and I think going back to our kind of question before, the biggest part of what I do is counselling in a way. How many wardrobe edits I do will be we spend a lot of time talking through, why is it you don't wear that? What is it? Is it you don't know how to style it, or is it that doesn't bring you joy? And a lot of the time there will be emotional journeys in that. It might have been they've had babies, not ready to move on. It might have been, do you know what, I hated who I was when I wore that, or I'm divorced, or I've lost weight, or whatever it is. We're doing like this process. So it's kind of like rebuilding yourself within that wardrobe edit, seeing what we've got left. And I'm not harsh. I'm not like, right, get rid of all that, it's rubbish. I always really try to get to know who they are, what shops they shop in, kind of what sort of colours they go towards, what kind of fabrics. You get a lot out of that.
And it's so bespoke. And I suppose the thing is as well, like we have an emotional attachment to things.
Oh my gosh.
And clothes. Absolutely. Times that it reminds us of, good and bad times. And almost sometimes you can hold on to too much and feel really overwhelmed.
Absolutely. And I think
and still feel like you've got nothing to wear.
And that you've hit that. 99% of my clients, before I've worked with them, they go, I'm overwhelmed, and they could have a wardrobe that's this big or a room, it's sometimes just, it's the wood from the trees, it's just been able to actually go, right, you don't need 25 black tops, like, right, let's weight that down. Or, I mean, we've all got it. Or, do you know what? I've got 17 pairs of jeans and I only wear those ones. Right, okay. So why is that? And there is a journey in that. That's why it has to be an element that I have to be able to connect. My client has to be able to connect with me. I have to connect with them.
Yeah.
You have to be honest. And there is that. Like, so many of my clients will contact me afterwards saying, do you know what? It's like freeing today. Shedding off some of those layers that we've been hanging on to. And I don't actually mean physical layers.
Yeah.
Those emotional layers. And like reborn a little bit without that sounding like cheesy, like who they are, finding who they are again. And I think there are so many points in our life as women that we lose ourselves. So that's a really good service. It's a really good service. And some people just tap into that colour, body shape and that wardrobe edit. And actually, I've still got loads. Show me how to style that. And then we do some styling within that. So it's kind of like, and they go, do you know what? I don't want to add any more. That's enough. I've got some really good pieces. I had a client this week. She's got a great wardrobe. And I don't mean massive and I don't mean high end. I just mean she's spent the last couple of years we've worked together and she's known what she's looking for. We've worked on the list, the bits that she needs to get, the bits that she doesn't need, and now she's got this collection that she just loves. And every time we go, there was nothing really to add in other than a trend led thing, because she just said, do you know what, 2 hours with you is just falling back in love with my wardrobe again. So
I love that. I really love that.
So it doesn't go on.
You can spend so much money on clothes and still feel like you have nothing to wear.
Absolutely.
And I do think it is very overwhelming. Can I just ask, especially when many women at menopause are feeling body changes, they're feeling a lack of confidence, they're feling overwhelmed, probably feelings of anxiety, maybe a little bit confused as to what their identity is. They want to look a certain way, but they don't know how to achieve it. How can we help women to navigate these changes while still staying almost true to what their personal style is? They know what they like.
Absolutely.
But without feeling like, they're trying to follow a trend or...
Absolutely. And that is always what we say. At the end of the day, the journey in it that's why I have to know you. There are certain things that I do. So when I do a couple of phone consultations this week, I'm just chatting. What are you looking for? What sort of things do you normally buy? There's normally a journey that they're placing out before me, and I put all those puzzle pieces together. And then we work on what is it that you're wanting to do. It could be a restyle, like, one I had this week where she's like, do you know what? I know what I want. I just don't. She basically was going, I don't feel confident in it. So we worked a couple hours in going, you could absolutely smash this look. You are smashing this look. You look amazing. It was probably as much as the counselling session that I always say that went hand in hand with a colour and body shape and a wardrobe edit. So and also I've been through it. Just because I'm a stylist doesn't mean on times I go, right, I'm feeling bloated today, or, I'm a hormonal spotty rage, and we all need that, right? Who am I? What is my true sense? What is my style? And we spend a lot of time talking about, not only body shapes and colours, style personalities. That's a big element. Because I'm skilled in it, will be able to go around a room of people and go like, yeah, you're that classic, urban, edgy, But others, and actually play around with it. I'm always like, sometimes I'm like, I'm more of a kind of power happy today. Other times I'm like, last night I wore a skirt, a pair of socks and the heels. I go for that real edgy vibe. You don't have to stick go in one lane and stick to it. But we need to build your confidence. So we need to find the right lane for you. And then we create the beast, because then they're off and they're like, right, what else?
But it's almost like you're stripping it back.
Absolutely. And I do.
And people have to be really vulnerable. Women have to be really in your hands.
Absolutely. And I think that is what I say to all my clients. Like, I've got you. How you feel whenever they start a consultation with me, like, I always say, like, it's okay to feel like that. How you feel is normal. I felt like that. All my clients, when I first met them, felt like that. And I think sometimes it's something about claiming that, saying it, and just being, I just need some help. I've just lost it. I think just being at that place ready to receive, I use a strategy where it's who I am. You know, like there's a zillion stylists out there. You know, you've got to be able to connect. I go in with that. You're gorgeous. This is your body. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Let's pop that on there. Show that. And we work together on the journey. You know, and then we go through the colour and body shape, the wardrobe edit, personal shop. That could be virtual, that could be in stores. You know, I have lots of accessibility in high-end stores if we want to do bougie, love a bit of bougie, you know. Or do you know what? We do lots of high street as well. Zara, H&M. The price point doesn't really matter. I've worked on £200 budgets and less, and way bigger budgets. And at the end of it, the completion has been the same, that the client has gone away feeling amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
And then their confidence, once they've had that kind of experience with you, then their confidence just grows and grows and grows, which is really important, isn't it?
And seeing that, some of the clients I've worked with over the last, you know, some I've had for 5 years, and they're tapping in, and now they're ready to go to the next bit of like, oh, I'm going to step out now. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm loving this. I knew you would smash this. You know, I'm going to start wearing the wide leg and the trainer or whatever it is, you know. I'm like, I told you this 2 years ago, but you weren't quite ready. They're ready now and they're stepping out. And it is that journey. It's that journey, you know, of being ready. But do you know what? Small steps. Just connect. Just make that phone, just have that phone consultation, free phone consultation. Put me through. And I can go, right, we can do this, we can do this. Do you want to start? Do you want to go now? Do you want to pinpoint it for 6 months' time? Some of my clients I've worked with, a colour and body shape, and then 2 years later, they've been ready for the next. And that's their journey. Then they've done a wardrobe edit. Then they've done a personal shop. There's a true journey for all of it, you know.
I really love that the journey is so bespoke in the first place. So already, like, your anxiety levels are coming down, your barriers are coming down, you're opening up. I suppose it's like how you open up to your hairdresser. You know, like your hairdresser knows everything.
Absolutely. And there has to be that connection, you know, and actually I think that's a really big part of it. I know there's other stylists that I know and, you know, friends with over the years, you get all the, and their approaches are very different, and that's amazing. And they're smashing that. And my approach, I want to connect, I want to empower, I want to give you everything to make you feel as good as that you can feel. And you can.
I love that.
You're a strong woman. Of course you can, you know.
Kick-ass, strong women.
And quickly,
do you know what I like as well, though, from like a menopausal woman, is that you're not this young whippersnapper, you know, that's walking around in all the latest trends. I don't mean that as in you're not, that was sounding
no,
really...
I know what you mean. I am definitely not young.
You know, but you know, like already for me at this age, I've probably felt more intimidated in scenarios than I would have done prior to my 40s, you know. But the fact that you are offering that bespoke service and we have something in common, which is the menopause, again, it's like another thing. This girl knows how I feel. She knows she can relate to me, you know, that kind of thing, which I really love.
Absolutely. And I think that's it. And I think kind of going back a step to kind of some of the other things I offer, like style parties, some of those connections, some of my clients have gone, I'm not brave enough to do one-to-one yet, so I'm going to get some of my girls together. And we get
I love that.
You know, and I'll do a little talk and I'll do some colours. Or I've done some great things where it's been a 40th birthday party. I've had a hoot. I mean, it blows my mind that I'm getting paid to do it. And I go and there's Prosecco and we're doing a little... So it's part of the journey. And I think that is absolutely what you've just said. You know, that I want to be able to give you it however you need to access it. We can make that work. You know, it is bespoke. And you've got to be open to the journey. You know, but I think even, do you know what? I think just even that question go around your head. Oh, actually, I think I could do this. This could work. I could do this. I could have someone come and do a colour and body shape on me or whatever. Just that thought going ready. You're there. Do it. Life is too short. And that, like you said, that's probably what I've learned. You know, I'm 46. You know, I've been doing this a while. You know, do you know what? Life is too bloody short.
It really is. It really is. Do you know another thing I think about as well? If you really are confident in, I don't know, say like a certain style really suits you and you're confident that does suit you and you have that knowledge, then regardless of how you're feeling on the inside.
Yeah.
When you put that on, it's almost like your armor.
The shield. Yeah, it is. And I think that's it. And I think that's why it works. We talk about sort of in the industry, I will go star personalities. I'm putting an identity. You know, or I see this all the time, always watching people and I mean it in real life. Oh my God, she looks amazing. Oh, I love that. You know, and a lot of time you're watching people and I think she is smashing it or he is smashing that outfit. And actually, it doesn't matter. I hate the expression on trend or current. It's all about how you feel. If you feel good, you are smashing it. You know, we've all gone into those work meetings or even, you know, the kitchen when your kids are creating carnage and you're like, do you know what? I've got this. I'm taking you down. And I think the power of just knowing you're in charge, you know, and do you know what? Women need empowering. And also, we are strong. We are way stronger. And that's because, and that's the journey, you know. Got this.
I have a confession to make, and I just wonder if I really do need SGStyling in my life. Is it wrong that I have 36 pairs of jeans?
No, it's not wrong. It's not wrong because I have quite a lot. Thankfully, my husband's not around. It's not a lot. And that is probably what I always say. I don't come in and just go, that's ridiculous. Right, get rid of them. And I do think you need to. Some people don't. Some people stress it out and they go, no, I want one. Just one jean that I can wear with everything. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's do that. Other people, let's change it up. I mean, so many shapes. Wide, high.
I honestly, I've got like...
Skinny's coming back. I mean...
Is skinny coming back? Say that a bit louder for the people out there.
It's coming back. I have to say, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I am aware that I have to put my personal views aside. Skinny's back. It's all coming back.
Sarah, you don't understand how happy that makes me. The trauma that I had when jeans started to become more baggy and barrel and the trauma I never could find. I eventually found a few styles that I thought suited me, but I was clinging on to my skinnies to the point where my 18-year-old daughter was like, Mum, you cannot wear them anymore. You've got to let them go, Mum.
But, and this is what I mean, like, it doesn't really matter if they're trendy or they're not trendy. It doesn't matter if they're current or they're not current. It's how you feel in them. If you feel
it's true. It's really true.
If I went in, if I was going to do a wardrobe edit and I came in and I was like, absolutely not, get rid of all of them. And you were like, but you know what? They actually bring me joy. I'm not doing my job because
I love a skinny with a little stiletto.
Exactly, I'm all about it. And there's all different times you can dress them. But the power of knowing your body shape really impacts
really important.
What decision you're making in everything: jeans, trousers, high waisted, low. I mean, low waist is back. Not this mum, Tom. It's not. You know. No, I need as much help.
I've got another question.
Go. Sorry.
What is the one piece of advice that you would love women to remember when it comes to their personal style? One bit of advice that you could give us.
You know what? Do it strong. Just own it.
Yeah.
And like I said, having the confidence, irrelevant if you're walking down the road in your onesie, you know, or you've got on a pair of Louboutins, own it. You are a strong, beautiful person who has got this. And that is the power of it. It doesn't really matter if I ship in a load of, you know, items. You've got to feel good in it. And that's where we create the wardrobe or the style or the capsule. Because actually, if I'm saying to you, wear that, and you're like, do you know, it just feels weird, it doesn't feel right, I'm not doing my job well. So the power I want to give to my clients, the power is... be confident. You are stunning. We change. We all change. My journey of menopause has been, you know, and that's not a bad thing, you know. I mean, I've got larger hips than I ever had, and I'm embracing them. And it's not an easy journey. It's not, you know, it's not, there's some things that I go, do you know what? Damn that mum tum, you know, or actually can I have a little bit of those hips and a little bit more of my boobs. We are lucky to have what we have, You know, like we are so blessed.
And we have to love the skin that we're in. We have to love on ourselves and love the skin that we're in, right? And especially at this age, like more so than ever, any kind of hormonal change is going to provoke all kinds of emotions, all kinds of feelings about yourself. If you can just turn that inwards and love on yourself and then put on a jacket, put on something that you feel really good in and just go out there and own it. I know it sounds easier said than done, but actually...
But it is that. It's just mind over. And we all do it. You know, do you know what? I look good. I like this. And even if you're just breaking it down, what is it you like? I like these jeans. I love this style of jeans. Do you know what? Actually, my bum looks really good in these jeans and my hips. Oh, look at my waist. I can see my waist. Just slowly, small steps. You know,
and then it's almost a positive conversation with yourself.
Absolutely. You're changing your mindset.
Yeah, changing the narrative.
I look terrible. I look fumpy. I look old. Absolutely not. Small steps.
I love that, Sarah. I love that, honestly. I do actually, and I am being serious, I do really need you to come around and sort out my wardrobe for me. I will be definitely working with you soon. I just want to ask you one more question, if that's okay.
Of course.
And this is one that I've asked all of our guests on Herizen Hosts and all of our expert partners. Why did you decide to join Herizen?
Okay, so my menopausal journey has been a joy. So I went through, I mean, looking back is always the best way, isn't it? You know, I turned in my late 30s and early 40s, so like good 6-7 years ago, my body changed, my hormones changed, I had a dip in, I lost myself, is probably the only way I can describe it. And I remember getting to the point where I couldn't even articulate how I felt. I felt like I had no voice. And I never want anyone ever to feel like that. And I remember sitting watching that Davina program with my husband, and he turned to me and he literally was like, "This is you." And there was something freeing in it, in the sense of someone spoken for me. You know, it was that kind of, and it's still a journey. You know, I've been on HRT. I'm very fortunate I can take HRT and it's been amazing. There's the journey in that, you know. But I truly lost who I was for a long time. And that really affected me as a mum, me as a friend, me as a daughter, you know, me in everything. And life is so precious. And we have to grab hold of every opportunity. And if just my small journey in, you know, working out the right medication and feeling better about myself. And within, I reckon, a week or 2 weeks, I literally said to my husband, I'm back.
Oh, wow.
Like the joy was back. I lost my joy. I lost my direction. It was like just not being able to speak. And I'm not like that. This is me, you know, I'm buzzy. I mean, look, we all have rubbish day, but I'm buzzy. I'm always loving. I love being sociable. I just lost all that. You know, and so I don't want anyone ever to go through that, but we do. So what can I give back? And when we talked about this, and it was a passing conversation that I was like, oh my God, I love this. I mean,
we've been on a farm stroking pigs.
We literally, and do you know what? I'm a true believer everything happens for a reason, because I nearly didn't go that day because I had a week from hell. It was carnage. Work was flying out my ears. And I'd had 2 days doing e-styling on the computer. And obviously I'm much better, more like face-to-face. So I love face-to-face. And I do love e-styling, but I'm not a sit behind the computer person. So I
you want to get your hands dirty.
Do you know what? I'm going to the farm. I'm taking a well-being day. Not only was it amazing, I got to ride a tractor, hold a piglet.
You were great.
And seem amazing, beautiful. But if I hadn't have gone, this wouldn't have happened.
Our paths would never have crossed, would they?
And do you know what? I just want to be able to give back. I want to give back. I want to be able to empower other women to feel good. And that's it. Yeah.
I just honestly, and thank you so much for being, you know, that was really honest. That was very raw. You shared your experience, and it takes a lot. You've been really vulnerable. So I'm so grateful that you've experienced that. You've shared your experience, and so many women will be able to relate to that. And I'm so happy for you that HRT gave you that joy back. I really am, from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, we're so excited. We have a lot to do, Sarah, haven't we? We've got a lot of things that we want to do. And we want to support our community to navigate through this period of time, feeling and looking the best that they can. I think what's great about this short conversation today is that it's made working with a personal stylist feel a bit more accessible and a bit more attainable, you know, like
Absolutely.
maybe it is within my budget, maybe I can do this.
Absolutely.
And that's really good to know. So I really believe that our community are going to be so interested in the services that you offer. Equally, we have got some webinars coming up, haven't we?
Very exciting.
We're not going to say too much about it now, but we're going to cover off some really crucial topics about clothing and styling through the menopause and hormonal change. So I'm really excited, and that's coming soon. So for our community, just keep your eyes out. It will be in the events, and Sarah and I will be doing a webinar together, which I am so excited about.
So excited.
But I just wanted to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your business with us, the work that you do. There needs to be more of this in the world. And it's so generous of you to spend this time with us today. So I'm so grateful.
My pleasure. And do you know what? I think even sitting here, like, I feel quite emotional. I feel really emotional because I think I would never want anyone to go through what I've gone through. And I think actually, you know, a lot of people have far worse symptoms and, you know, have real, you know, lowness and depression. And if I can help someone in this journey, if I can give you tips or, you know, sweating in menopause, fabrics to avoid, you know, or it's worth it, isn't it?
It honestly is. It's so important, and it's such an empowering space, and we can already feel the love, but I feel equally just as emotional. So I get it. I really do. It's the magic of when women come together, Sarah. That's what it is.
It is. Truly.
And we are building a community that supports and empowers and prepares women, like you said several times. You don't want other women to go through it, and that is exactly why Herizen was born.
Yeah, they're not alone, and that's it.
They're not alone,
and that's it. Now you're in the community. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Well, listen, thank you so much. We'll be seeing so much more from you in the future. So happy to have you on the team, and let's go and get this stuff started.
Yes, let's do this. Cannot wait.
Thank you, my darling.
Take care, my lovely.
I'll speak to you soon.